Sell and how much you sell for. There's the cost to make that revenue, then there's gross margin. Yeah? So who's the person that gets paid first? I've told you. It's the supplier. Yeah? I need these. I'm going to sell them at 10 Rand. You agree? I'm going to sell them at 1 Rand, I sell 1 million units. It's going to cost me, I'm going to make 1 million Rand. But I need to pay my supplier to get them. So who's the first person that gets paid? The supplier, always. The supplier always gets paid first. That's why, if you read the Companies Act, it says when you can no longer pay your suppliers, that's an act of liquidation. Because you can no longer pay what is called your debt, your creditor of first reference. If you can't pay the supplier, they can liquidate you tomorrow. Right? So the supplier gets paid first. Then you make gross margin. Then we start breaking this thing down into operating expenses. You've got to pay salaries, etc. Who then gets paid second? Employees. Yeah, you have other suppliers, offices, etc. Employees always gets paid second. The third person to get paid is the bank or whomever you have a loan with. Because if you ever read your income statement, on your operating expenses, you'll find this line called interest. Interest is the money that must be paid to the people who borrowed you money, not invested in your business. Once you pay that, we then get to this thing called profit before tax. So who got paid first? The supplier. Second, employees. Third, the bank. Then we declare profit before tax. Who do we pay then? The government. The government then takes the tax portion. Once you've paid the government, you have this thing called PAT, profit after tax, from which you do one of two things. You either declare dividends, which is money to the investor and to yourself, or you retain the income in your business, this thing called retained earnings. So when you start next month, you have some money to start the business with. This is such an important lesson for entrepreneurs to understand. When you become an entrepreneur, you get paid last. You don't get paid first. That's why when I started at the very beginning, I said the hardest and longest route to create wealth is what? Entrepreneurship. You always get paid last. Some of the entrepreneurs in the room who operate will know this as a function of instinct. Typically, I imagine, if you're an entrepreneur, you will pay everybody else, and then your salary is whatever's left in the bank account. All right? You're doing it already. See? When you become the entrepreneur, you get paid last. So this decision about making this decision to become an entrepreneur, you need to make it for the right reasons. So let me end. I said to you earlier I was going to tell you about the different types of entrepreneurs. Let me end with this. By our view, there are 4 different types of entrepreneurs. 4. Typically, the one we see a lot of, and we know that there are a lot of black people who operate in that space, the correct word they use is survivalist entrepreneurs. We call them, in fact, before we even talk survivalist entrepreneurs, there's one type of entrepreneur which we have in this country, and it's a social misnomer, but they're there. We call them chances. You know what chance, and chances, by the way, it's not bad. You know, to be an entrepreneur, you need to be an opportunist, right? You just need to understand that being an opportunist is a part of the DNA, it's not all of the DNA. So here's what chances do. Typically, is you'll find them, when they say they start a business, they go and register, they go and register Bongani or Mbongani. They go register Bongani Holdings. I'll tell you now, anyone who applies to us with a thing that says group or holdings, I don't fund. If your company's group or holdings, change it. What are you holding? No, actually, I'm serious. What are you holding? You just started this thing. You're operating from Ekayagina Hamanskral. You're telling me holding. What are you holding? Guys.
A plan.
He's got a plan.
A plan.
Eh?
Holding a plan.
He's got a
You're holding nothing. Stop holding. What group are you? Hey, no, I'm Mandavane group. That's not what group loan. And then, what do you have in your group? We've got Carenta, we've got BNP, even at petrol stations. Oh, Jason Kulun. Oh, what's with him? No. No. This holdings group thing, we need to do away with it. Get rid of it. Do you know how you create wealth? You pick an industry, you pick a sector, you pick a line of specialization, and you do that thing. That's what you do. Up cycle, down cycle, boom time, recession time, that's what you do. So Mizi is a dancer. That's what he does. Boom, recession, he's somizi, he's gay, he's dancing. Do you get it?